Today's story is about the donkey who dared to sing. In a peaceful valley surrounded by rolling green hills, there lived a young donkey named Dodo. Dodo was gentle, kind, and helpful, but he had a secret, one he hid from everyone in the valley. Dodo loved to sing. Not just hum or whisper, he loved to sing loudly and proudly, like birds in springtime. But he only sang when he was completely alone. Why? Because he believed donkeys were not supposed to sing. Every time he imagined someone hearing him, he'd blush from his ears down to his hooves. "They'll laugh at me," he would whisper. "No one wants to hear a donkey sing." So he kept his songs tucked inside like little treasures. The valley was always filled with beautiful noises. The birds chirped sweet melodies. The sheep sang soft ba-ba lullabies. The cows hummed low, calming tunes. Even the wind seemed to whistle gently through the tall grass. And Dodo loved listening to everything. But one thing made his ears droop. Every year, the valley held a big spring concert where all the animals shared their talents. The birds would dance in the air. The rabbits would drum on hollow logs. The frogs would put on a croaking choir. Everyone had something special. Everyone except Dodo, or so he thought. One sunny morning, when the sky was clear and the flowers smelled extra sweet, Dodo walked far into the hills to collect fresh grass. He thought he was alone. And that's when a little tune slipped out. Just a hum at first. Then another hum. Then a long, beautiful note. Then a song. Dodo sang as he worked, smooth and warm, strong and full. His voice echoed around the hills like a happy breeze. The more he sang, the more joyful he felt. His eyes sparkled. His tail swished to the rhythm. But little did he know. Someone was listening. Hidden behind a large boulder stood Leela, a tiny lamb with a big heart. She had followed the sounds because she had never heard anything so lovely in her life. When Dodo finished, Leela peeked out. "Dodo, is that you?" she asked softly. Dodo froze. His ears shot upright. "Me, singing. No, donkeys don't sing," he stuttered, blushing bright red. "But I heard you," Leela insisted gently. "It was beautiful." Dodo shook his head. "Please don't tell anyone." Leela smiled kindly. Everyone should hear a voice like that. Then she trotted away, leaving Dodo with a thumping heart. The next day, the whole valley buzzed with excitement. The big spring concert was finally here. Animals practiced, tuned their instruments, and warmed up their voices. Dodo helped set up the stage, carrying wooden planks and arranging flowers, but he felt nervous. What if Leela had told someone? What if they expected him to sing? But when the concert started, nothing unusual happened. Dodo relaxed a little and watched every act with a smile, until the very end, when the mayor, a wise old goat, made an announcement. "We have one final surprise performance," he said proudly. "A very special voice we discovered just yesterday." Dodo's heart stopped. "Please welcome Dodo the singing donkey." The crowd gasped. Dodo's legs turned wobbly. He stepped backward. "I can't," he whispered. "What if they laugh? What if I sound silly?" Just then, Leela appeared beside him and nudged his leg. "You won't," she said kindly, "because you're sharing your true self, and that's always something to be proud of." Dodo took a deep breath. One step, then another. He climbed the stage. His hooves felt shaky, but his heart felt ready. Dodo closed his eyes. He remembered the hills, the sunshine, the breeze, the joy of singing. Then he opened his mouth and sang. The valley went silent. His voice rose gently, like warm sunlight in the morning. It echoed across the trees, filling the air with soft, soaring notes that even the birds couldn't match. Every word carried feelings, hope, joy, and courage. The audience listened, wide-eyed and amazed. When Dodo finished, there was a moment of stillness. Then boom. The animals cheered louder than ever before. "Bravo, Dodo. You have a gift." Dodo blinked. He was sure it had to be a dream, but no, they truly loved it. They loved him. And for the first time ever, Dodo felt proud of something he had always been scared to share. From that day on, Dodo became the valley's official concert singer. He sang during festivals, sunrise gatherings, and sometimes just because it made others smile. But most importantly, he never hid his voice again. Because he finally knew. Being yourself is the most wonderful song of all. The end. Today, we learned to be brave enough to show your true self. Just like Dodo, everyone has something special inside them, something that makes them unique. Sometimes, we hide our talents or our dreams because we're scared of what others might think. But when we share who we truly are, we discover that our gifts can bring joy, inspire others, and make the world a brighter place. Being yourself isn't something to fear, it's something to celebrate.